You might have seen my last video. Just a little recap if you didn't see my last video about Nina Ferguson. Nina Ferguson was this black woman in California. She was homeless, and I gave her a spot, not on my couch, but on my roommate's couch. I gave her a place to stay so she wouldn't be homeless. And after a month of staying here, she flipped out on me. She started calling me gay and house nigga and just being real hateful towards me. So we kicked her out. And when we kicked her out, she sent me this big text bomb and all that shit. In that video, I said something about she likes Tyler Perry movies, so that's what makes her like she is. Or Tyler Perry movies brainwash black people to remain ignorant. Now I realize I kind of make that statement, so I need to back it up. If you saw the Boondocks episode about Tyler Perry,
the typical Winston Jerome story starts with a beautiful, educated, professional black woman trapped in a troubled marriage with a brown-skinned bald dude from Law & Order.
How can you do this to me?
Get out. I'm gonna marry this white hussy because you are too virtuous and strong and might make me a better man.
Then, a dude who looks like Shamar Moore shows up as the shirtless, light-skinned gardener who just got out of jail.
Excuse me, may I rake your leaves?
At first, she acts like she didn't like the light-skinned gardener, but eventually she gets to know him and sees a sensitive side.
Now, I know that to you, I'm just a poor, light-skinned gardener who can't even afford a shirt. But I love me some Jesus, and I love me some you.
Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I never thought I'd ever be with a man so loving and light-skinned.
And I will always be light-skinned just for you.
Being a good Christian woman, she gives her marriage one last chance because Jesus said so.
I am dark-skinned and bald, so I hate you, and I hate Jesus.
And just when the brown-skinned dude from Law & Order is about to hit her, here comes the shirtless gardener.
Hold it right there, bald-headed dude from Law & Order.
The woman and the gardener kiss, having found true love through Jesus.
that's how I think. That's what I believe. It's not like I watch the episode and I'm like, okay, that's exactly how it is. I mean, shit, that's how it is. How else you want me to say it? If you watch a Tyler Perry movie, you're gonna see black people making light of trials and tribulations that the black community goes through. You're gonna see Medea laughing about child abuse, except when it's towards a woman. When it's towards a man, violence, tribulation, trials, hardships, anything horrible, when it's against a dark-skinned man, it's funny. But when it's against a woman, it's wrong. That's what's reinforced in the comedy of a Tyler Perry movie. So usually a black person that watches a Tyler Perry movie, I would say, is brainwashed. The dictionary on my MacBook defines brainwashing, or the verb brainwash, as to make someone adopt radically different beliefs by using systematic and often forcible pressure. I truly believe that it's in everybody's heart to just be a loving and caring person. The theme of a Tyler Perry movie usually is that black people are all crazy and there's no fixing that. It's very hopeless for our race. It makes our race look weak. This is why I define Tyler Perry movies as coon movies. They're movies for coon. When I say coon, what I mean is like an Uncle Ruckus type person, like Boondocks again. A black person who strictly does shit to entertain white people and to prove white people right in their judgments of our race. That's what a coon is. When I turn on a Medea movie and I hear about little boys getting their ass beat or getting something damaged severely for the rest of their lives and see Tyler Perry laughing about it.
So when I bust your ass and you ended up in the damn life support situation, whose problem did that belong to?
I'm going to send this line first and foremost for terrible grammar and not making sense. Also, I'm going to send the casual hospitalization after child abuse. I bet audiences were falling right out of their seats at the hilarious beating of the 4-year-old. Jesus fucking Christ.
He had his little pencil in his pocket. Little pencil went straight through one of his little balls.
No! Dad throws kid off roof as punishment. Kid loses a testicle. But it's funny because of how it's being described right now by a dude in drag.
It's offensive, but here's the thing. If you're brainwashed, that shit's not offensive to you. It's just systematically implanted in your mind that black people are like that, when black people are not like they are in a Tyler Perry movie. But a white person watching a Tyler Perry movie can totally, completely justify themselves and vindicate themselves. Yeah, I do believe that Tyler Perry is a huge problem in our community. The very first week Nina Ferguson was in my house, we had a debate about Tyler Perry. very early on into the debate, she said, "This is why I don't date black men." I believe that if you watch Tyler Perry movies and you're a black woman in this country, Tyler Perry influences you to hate black men, to date white men or light-skinned black men, and to be a nightmare in black men's lives, because that's what a black woman will see in a Tyler Perry movie. A man watching a Tyler Perry movie will be influenced to feed into homosexual desires. Again, I have nothing against homosexuals. I'm just not gay. But if you don't believe in the Bible, if you don't believe in God, even if you do believe in God and you're still gay, be gay. I don't give a fuck. The problem is, Nina Ferguson was brainwashed enough to try to convince me to be gay. You see, my roommate is bisexual. She sees that we're friends. She starts asking me if I would date him. I'm like, what the fuck? And I start like laughing in her face because I think she's joking, but she's not joking. She was like actually asking me that. And throughout her time here, because I wasn't attracted to her, and I told her multiple times why I'm not attracted to her, she seems brainwashed by Tyler Perry. She seems fake to me. I just don't like fake people. And we've had multiple conversations about how it wouldn't work and how I wouldn't even try to pursue her just because I know it wouldn't work. She's trying to tell me that I'm gay. That's what Tyler Perry's brainwashing will do. Let's say I didn't believe in the Bible, or I didn't believe in Leviticus 18:22. I just didn't believe in that little part. This is a black woman brainwashed by Tyler Perry trying to tell me to be gay.
Show some apologection up in here. Apologection into the room.
Madea says what people have been saying to Tyler Perry for years.
Tyler Perry dress in drag and he don't want to admit he's gay. That's fine. You could do that shit. I don't know if RuPaul is gay. I ain't into no man's fucking sexuality. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want. The fact that Tyler Perry dresses up like a woman is not the problem. You could do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't push it on me. And that's exactly what these movies do. Children that watch his films emulate him. Do what you want and be who you want. Just don't influence people to be the perception of what you want them to be, like Nina Ferguson did. Black women in Tyler Perry films usually go for a white man or a light-skinned black man. There's no in between. Tyler Perry thinks dark-skinned black people are evil. That's how he represents them in his films. It's offensive to me. His plan for me basically is to either get all black women that watch his films not to like me, or to make me dress in drag or be gay. I don't personally watch Tyler Perry movies because I know that'll brainwash me to do that shit. And I don't want to do that shit. And the last thing about Tyler Perry is the Christian bullshit. That's a white religion, all right? White people taught us Christianity when we came here. We already knew about God, about Yah, about Yahshua, about the truth before we were sent over here on slave boats. White people told us a lie about Jesus Christ and Christianity to influence us to be better slaves. They made an entire Bible about how slaves need to kneel to their masters and need to accept their masters more. Christianity influences slavery. I don't think any religion is right. I believe you should study everything that you possibly can in order to get a full grasp of the situation. But Christianity in specific is meant to beat down on people like us, on black people. But if you read the truth, and if you look for the truth in the Bible, you'll find that it's actually written for us. But Tyler Perry doesn't teach you that. Tyler Perry, just like any false church in America, will teach you just to sing psalms to the Lord and not actually know the truth. I don't go to church because they lie. I don't watch Tyler Perry movies because they brainwash you to go to lying churches. This is bullshit. And we're just feeding into it. I couldn't date no woman that watches a Tyler Perry film, and that's exactly why. That's who Nina Ferguson was. I don't think Tyler Perry is an evil person. I think the films he makes are evil. I think the things he does to put down our race and stop our race from prospering and growing, I think that's evil. I think he's committing evil acts. But I don't believe that Tyler Perry is evil. I believe Tyler Perry is susceptible to avarice, to cupidity, to greed, to money, to all the money that he's making, because Tyler Perry is a very rich man. There is no doubt about that. But he built those riches off of mocking his own race. And I understand Tyler Perry's story. He didn't have very great strong black men in his life. He didn't have black men in his life teaching him what's right and what's wrong. He had black men in his life showing him what's wrong. You can't take your pain and relate it to the pain of our entire race because it's just yours. I've had black men let me down in my life, but I still strove to become a black man, and I don't call other black men evil or wicked. I don't think that dark-skinned people are this way and light-skinned people are that way, and I certainly don't present that in my films. What Tyler Perry does is dangerous to our community, and black people that don't get with that don't see it, they're brainwashed. And there's a very clear distinction between the blacks in this country that want to improve and the blacks in this country that are fine with things the way they are as long as they get a little money in their pocket. What else is there to say?
Also, I know this movie wasn't made for me, but couldn't it at least have been made with a little tiny bit of quality?